Worldliness, in its essence, I believe, is trying to find purpose in. I don't know how to make videos. We're not really, because I mess up all the time. Hey students, Jason here. We are going to try something a little bit differently with our 2-1 series, and this is going to be kind of our guinea pig with that. We're going to try doing a vlog series rather than a in-person series. So we're going to try to do some short, maybe 10-ish minute videos between Matt and I and post them on the internet, and then we hope that you guys will actually check them out. And all you have to do is click a link and watch a video. And these are the topics that you said that you wanted to talk about. The thing is you guys have to actually watch them. We want to know that you guys are actually watching them and learning something from them. So all we ask is for just some feedback, whether that be commenting on the blog or whether that be commenting on the YouTube page. Ask us questions so that we can expand upon them and answer them. That's the great thing about doing a vlog series, is if you see something and you have a question about it, you can ask a question and either Matt and I could comment right back with an answer, or even do another vlog of a question and answer. If enough people have questions, take those questions and make a quick 5-minute vlog just saying, here are the answers to the questions that you want to know. Today's topic that we're going to discuss is worldliness. And a lot of the information that I got today was from this great little book called Worldliness. It's by C.J. Mahaney. Resisting the Seduction of the Fallen World, forward by John Piper. It's an amazing book. It's a short read. It's a quick read. It's about 5 or 6 chapters, but this is where I'm getting a lot of the information for today, is from this book. So what is worldliness? A quick definition, and this is actually a dictionary definition, which I thought was so amazing, is of relating to or devoted to this world and its pursuits rather than to religion or spiritual affairs. And as a dictionary definition, that's a pretty good definition. I'm going to read a quick definition from the book that's actually talking about worldly people. The goal of worldly people is to move forward rather than upward, to live horizontally rather than vertically. They seek after outworld prosperity rather than holiness. They burst with selfish desires rather than heartfelt supplications. Worldliness is human nature without God. I have a quick video that I'd like to show you, and he's going to talk about the passage of 1 John 2:15, which says, "Do not love the world or anything in the world. If anyone loves the world, love for the Father is not in them." And he's going to kind of expand upon this idea, and I want you to really listen to what he has to say.
If we know what we want, we see it. We're like Samson. We see that girl, and that's the one we want. Go get her for me. Without consulting God, is that what you want for my life? And here's where we battle. Our will versus his will. Our desire versus his desire. And you and I need to recognize that God says, I am the one that will meet your need, because otherwise to seek it outside of my will, to seek it outside of my way, will only bring to you leanness of soul, temporary satisfaction, and greater wantonness. A desire because it doesn't fill the soul. 1 John says it this way. 1 John 2:15-17 says, "Do not love the world or anything in the world." Can I help you with something for a moment? Because people have a misconception about this. Often we don't really know what the world means. The world, the word cosmos in Greek means an order outside the order of God. And people say, I am not worldly in the least. I come to church. But can I help you with something for a moment? You see, if you attempt financially to guide your life outside of God's principles, then you're living worldly. See, if you don't put your faith and trust in God, not with what you say, but what happens when the offering basket goes by, then whether you like it or not, you're actually living worldly. You see, the world is a system outside of God. People say, I'm not like the world. I dress like this. How many of you know dress has nothing to do with it unless you're dressing provocatively? Okay? Because people come to church and they say, I'm not worldly. I would never. And why? Because they attempt, listen to me, to say I'm not worldly, but in all honesty, trying to meet a need outside of God's purpose is worldly. To try to go about and do it your way, your will, is worldly. People will say, I would never watch an R-rated movie. Then you've never seen The Passion of the Christ. And wait a minute, before all the carnal people out there, because you don't give them an inch, oh, Pastor Ken's endorsing R-rated movies. The issue is this: it's not about the letter on it; it's about the lust of the human heart.
So worldliness, in its essence, is trying to find purpose outside of God. So it really comes down to, why are you doing what you're doing? And that's not to say that everything you're doing is bad, but it is fruitful every once in a while to stop and just evaluate, why am I doing this? Are my intentions okay? If my intentions are okay, great, fantastic. But there might be some things that you need to snip out of your life. We're going to look at individual topics: God, my heart, and media, music, stuff, and clothes. And each of these topics are actually different chapters within the book. Now, before I go into media and music, I want to let you know I'm not here to say, here is the list of things you can't do. You can't watch R-rated movies. You can't listen to this genre of music. You can't hang out with this kind of people. You can't watch these TV shows. And although there are, genres of music that I think are not beneficial, there are TV shows I think should be avoided, and there are movies that I think you shouldn't watch. I can't tell you your personal convictions. However, you do need to be wise, you do need to be smart. So time for a heart check. What does modesty mean to you? And not just modesty in clothes or physical appearance, but modesty in attitude, in your day-to-day life, in your personality. What does modesty mean? If you want to show modesty, be honest about it and be real about it. How can a Christian slip into worldliness? And who is sitting on the throne of your life? It's a hard issue. When I seek things in this world for fulfillment and for satisfaction over God, that's when worldliness comes into play. God still has to be number one, no matter what. And our desire has to be to please God, and our intentions have to be for God, number one, always. Here's a challenge I gave to those that showed up on Sunday. Imagine that you have a really busy day, super busy day, whether it be work or you have stuff to do at home or with your family, or you do not have any free time all day. And suddenly you have a 20-minute gap, where you are able to do whatever you want. What is the first thing that comes to mind that you want to do? Immediately, right now even. As you're thinking of the scenario, what is it that comes to your mind that you want to do? Was that first thing that came to your mind, spend time with God? Read your Bible? Pray? Meditate? Watch a sermon online? Or was it go play basketball? Go turn on the TV? Play some video games? Sleep even? If your instant reaction isn't to spend time with God and you don't find pleasure in spending time with God, then something else is on the throne of your life. It's time for that heart check. It's time to find out, what is it that the world has that's got a grasp on me? Because that's really what worldliness is. I had to itch my eye and I was in the middle of making a point. And it hurts. What the heck is in my eye?